My name is Alex. I'm 20 years old. I moved here like 9 months ago from Alabama. I moved here for modeling. I've been doing that for around 8 to 9 months. Signed with IMG Models, but yeah, that's pretty much me. And I like do a little painting on the side. Like I do art. I don't know if I can call myself an artist because like I don't know if I have the skills for that. But like I paint for fun. It's like a hobby. But yeah, it's pretty much me.
Why do you like to model?
Why do I like to model? Well, I've loved fashion for like a long time. I grew up with like fashion being a big part of my life. My grandma, she's like really into fashion and like clothing and like styling in a way. I don't know. She like styles herself really fun. She's a very fun like person. But it's been a part of my life for a long time, and like a lot of people that I've looked up to are like in the fashion industry and just do that sort of thing. But I've had a friend who was modeling. She was with Next Models. She got me with like her agency back home in Alabama, and I was like doing that for around like a year, and that's kind of how I got my entry into like the modeling and stuff like that. But I love it because it's just so fun, and it brings out like another part of me, like the creative aspect of it. I love being shot, and I love like working with creative photographers and things like that, and just being dressed and styled and stuff like that. It's just very fun. Yeah.
Could you tell me about the different designers you worked for?
So I haven't really worked with many designers because I just started. I do more like editorial and like
What is editorial for people who don't know?
Editorials like magazines and like shoots like that. You know, like in, I don't know, yeah, like editorial. It's like magazine shoots. But I've worked for Another Man magazine with Micheline Thomas and Raphael Hirsch, I think his name is. They were like the stylist and the photographer, but I worked for them in that magazine. And then I've also done a shoot for MAC Cosmetics, and I think that one is coming out in like January. But I haven't done a whole bunch of work yet, but like it's fingers crossed, hopefully things pick up soon, and I work with more designers, and I want to break into like runway and like more high fashion in the future. That's my goal.
So you work for MAC Cosmetics?
Yes.
And they put makeup on you?
Yes, they did. It's for like one of their new products that's coming out in January. Like a campaign.
And this is a makeup line for men or for any gender, or what is it?
It's very like for both genders, like really anyone. It's very universal.
But you have perfect skin, you don't need to wear makeup.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I know, they put a lot of foundation on me for it, and like eyeliner and stuff like that, and like eyeshadows. It was very new because I don't really wear makeup. Like I guess I do have good, I don't know.
And what's it like being a model in New York?
It's very competitive. Like I went to a casting the other day for Celine, and there was so many people.
Celine's a big brand.
Yeah, Celine is a very big brand, and they had me walk and like take pictures and everything. But there were so many guys there. Like the line was out the door and like around. Like it was just very crazy. Like at least over 100 guys, and I waited for like 2 hours to get in there and like just to take pictures and give them my comp cards or whatever. It took a long time, but it's like that. It's just like lines. It's very competitive. People who look like you, and it's like.
People who look like you. All those guys look like you.
Well, not all of them, but like there's some guys that were very similar to me, and it's just they could get the job, you might not get it. It's a very competitive industry, and it's.
And why would they give you the job?
Why should they give me the job?
Why would somebody give you the job and not all the other guys who look like you?
I guess it's more so of like a personality thing. They might like your personality, and there might be other factors, I guess, like your hair might be different, or like just something that small things. It's the small things, but I really think it's like a personality thing. If they like your personality and you're an outgoing person, because I know a lot of brands like interesting people, and they like people who are outgoing and like kind of shine, because they don't want like a boring person for their brand. It's like you want someone who can really bring things through, the clothing.
And do you need to have a big presence on social networks to have a lot of followers so that when you share a story or something, you're giving a lot of publicity for the brand? Do they need that?
I think they prefer it, because a lot of brands I know they usually select the people with higher like followings and more of an online presence because they can do more for their brand. But I know I have friends who've worked for like big brands. I have a friend who worked for Celine, and he has like 1,000 followers on Instagram. So I guess it doesn't technically matter, but I think it can help you out like a lot in the industry because like it's really all about clout and who you know and things of that nature.
And how would you describe your personality? If somebody's looking at you in this video and they're thinking, this guy's cool, I love his look.
Yeah.
How would you describe your personality?
I feel like I'm a very outgoing person. I would just say I'm fun, I guess.
You're very relaxed.
Yeah, I'm very relaxed.
Happy and positive.
Yeah.
You have a good smile.
Thank you so much.
How tall are you? What are your measurements? Do you need the measurements like you have? Tell me about that.
So in the industry, I'm pretty sure for male models, the cap would be like 6'4", 6'3", and then like the shortest is usually like 6 foot, 6'1". I am 6'1", and I'm a pretty tall guy, I think. But I think, yeah, they prefer like a taller person in the industry.
Yeah, and do you have to follow a special diet because you? Are we allowed to say you also work in a restaurant?
Yeah. I work here at Hudson Clearwater.
Hudson Clearwater, and
I'm a busser.
Where is Hudson Clearwater?
It's off of Hudson Street, I think.
Yeah, and we're
Hudson
in Manhattan, downtown?
Yeah, this is off of like West 4th area, like the West Village.
And what are the specials here? Why would people want to come to your beautiful restaurant?
Well, it has a beautiful like ambiance, and like the vibes here are just like amazing. I love working here because it's just so chill, so calm, and then I don't know, it's a great restaurant. But I love, if you ever come here, I would recommend the squash soup. That's my favorite dish because like I literally get that every single night that I work. The best. It's like butternut squash, delicata squash, all blended up in like this dish, and then you have like pistachios on top and like some greens, and then you have like a coconut yogurt on the side. But it's amazing. And the sweet potatoes as well. Sweet potatoes with like a sauce that has pomegranate seeds, basil, and I think mint, and it's in like a sugary, like sweet sauce, and it's drizzled over the top. That's also really good. It has like a coconut yogurt on the bottom. Perfect. It's amazing. I would definitely recommend those two like dishes. And we have like the best cinnamon rolls.
And you had an amazing steak and eggs. I had steak and eggs.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't eat meat, so I've never had that. But
oh, you don't eat meat?
Yeah, I'm vegetarian. Yeah.
And the French toast. Wow. I just tried a little bit. The French toast is killer.
Is amazing. It really is.
Amazing.
I remember when I had it for like the first time, I was so shocked because I've never had anything like that before. Sorry. Our French toast is like out of this world. It's nothing like you would ever have tasted. I don't know. It's very different.
They should hire you to be their spokesperson on the internet.
Oh, thank you.
You do such a great job.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
And would you recommend to young guys come to New York to work as a model, or do you think it's too difficult to make a living, to pay the rent, because rents are so high, $3,000-4,000 for a small flat per month?
Well, I think it's easier to live in Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn. I live in Bed-Stuy. But I think it's so much more calm and less expensive. Because if you lived in Manhattan, yeah, a one bedroom is going to go for like $2,000, $3,000. But in Brooklyn, it could easily be like $1,000, $1,500. Like it's very easy to make it work. And like finding a job here, if you know people, is kind of easy. It's all about networking. But I think anybody can do it. I moved here with like $2,000 in my bank account. I paid my rent and like my security deposit, and I had no money. I didn't have a job for a week, but I started working at Trader Joe's, and it was after that I made things work. I might have been living paycheck to paycheck for a little bit, but I think it's worth it. You're like in New York. It's fun. You can do it. I think it's very possible.
Could we talk about diversity and inclusion in the modeling industry?
Yeah, for sure. So I think it's gotten a lot more diverse. It still has things to work on, I think, especially with like black models. There's a lot of issues with some racism in the industry still. They say that it's gotten better, but there is things that are kind of lacking in a way. Especially with colorism, like a lot of dark-skinned models have like issues and are not treated as well and not paid as much as well.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Because I understand that male models are also paid less than female models.
yeah.
So if you're a male model and you have are you African American?
That's all. That's as I know. I don't know like what I'm mixed with or like any of my my background. I don't really know much about that. But I'm African American. That's what I usually tell them.
You would describe yourself as an African American male model. So there could be two things, meaning that you're not getting paid as much. Because I was talking to a model who told me that $3,000 for the male model and $7,000 for the female model for the same shoot.
I know. It's because like it's dominated by women because of like the jobs that you work. I guess male models are kind of like in the background.
In the background.
Yeah.
But this guy, I can't mention his name here, but he was doing a major role in an advert for a major brand, which I'm not going to mention. But it's interesting that in the acting industry, often male actors get paid more than female actors, but in the modeling industry, it's the other way around.
Yeah, I know. It's very weird.
Do you have any feelings about this, or?
Well,
Somebody said to me it's because females buy more clothes, so there's more market.
So, yeah, there is a bigger market for it because I don't know. There's with a lot of the brands, it's very the clothing. It's very feminine, and usually it's like I guess that's why it's more dominated by women because like women buy more clothes, as you said, and like I guess men don't care as much about like what they wear. I don't know, but I think I don't really have a problem with it because there's so many other like industries where women are paid less. So I guess this is like an industry where it's like they get paid more, and I think that's fair. And I don't know because there's so many more things that like women don't get paid as much for. They can have this one, and like I don't think it's an issue because it's been unfair for years. I think I don't really know.
Could you give a shout out for your social networks now? What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Aleks Dar, so it's Aleks, Alex Daurr, and then I have a TikTok. I don't know if I'm gonna share it because it's kind of like the content I make on there is kind of cringy. So.
Okay.
But you could probably find me on TikTok if you search on my Instagram name. You could definitely find me on there. Or actually, no, I'll just give it to you. It's Devolved Punk. So Devolved and then Punk, Punk. That's my TikTok if you want to look at that.
I think you look super natural and fun and friendly on the interview.
Thank you so much.
I think if I was going to hire somebody, I would like to hire you.
Thank you so much.
You're so easygoing. You're positive with me. Yeah. I ask you questions, you don't get offended.
Yeah.
You're kind of chill and happy, and this is the kind of person I would want to have in my advert.
Thank you. That means
a good role ambassador because you're friendly, you're positive, you got good energy.
Thank you so much.
This is who I would want in my advert.
Yeah,
so
please hire me.
Repeat me your name again, sir.
Aleks Banks. You can call me Alexander, but
do you want to mention your agency or not?
Sorry. My agency is JAG, J-A-G, JAG Models, and jagmodels.com. Or that's my agency. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you so much, Edward. I really appreciate it.
Well, it was nice talking to you. I like you. I think you're cool, relaxed. I think you're cool, relaxed, easygoing, positive.
Thank you so much.
When I asked you to be in the interview, you were so like positive. You wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. I love things like this. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, you have nothing to lose because you haven't said anything that isn't 100% internet friendly.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to make you say something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And so that people can see you talking as you and not just your amazing face and all the look you have in the clothes, but actually you as you.
Yeah, they get to see another side of me. Because I feel like on the internet I portray a different person and I don't really show much of my personality and really who I am. But I guess this is like, you really get to see me for who I am.
See you who you are.
I'm at my job.
And your job.
Yeah.